And there is Martin Bakole in training for Efe Ajagba. Okay. And if you guys can see a total 360 from or 180 of what he looked like against Joseph Parker a few weeks ago. And it's crazy what conditioning can do for a person. Just what a few weeks can do when someone actually gets in shape and gets off their ass and gets off the couch and, really puts in the work. You know what I mean? And I think that this should be a lesson for Bart Bakole to stay in training, to stop eating as much, to not celebrate, to not live off the fruits of your labor to the excess. Okay? Because I think what it is with Mark Bakole, he knocked out Jared Anderson, and that fight got him a lot of opportunities. It got him a good relationship with Turki Al-Sheikh, and he knows Turki Al-Sheikh, takes care of his fighters for the most part. So, he was celebrating that idea of like, I'm going to get my heavyweight title shot, and then he was really on his way to doing that. And Turki asked him to do something else, so he thinks, well, hey, it is what it is. But the shape he is in now, he should stay in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, him being 300 pounds, that's way too much. That's way too much. 315 pounds, bro. You don't need 315 pounds to be a good fighter, especially as hard as he hits. Probably about 280, 275. Yeah, he'd still be chopping people up. Chopping them up like collard greens, like cabbage. You know what I mean? And and you can tell, though, this ain't an Andy Ruiz illusion. This cat was, had his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that big-ass Santa Claus belly he had was gone. Okay, so that man been putting in work, and I think this was an eye-opener. It could be a good thing that he got stopped by Parker early because he knows never to put himself in that situation again. See, if you're already ready, you don't have to get ready. You see what I'm saying? And I think he's knowing that now. And then, that probably lit a fire up under him. It was an humbling experience and an eye-opener. Then he looks good. Hell, he looks better than his damn coach. You know what I mean? But no, he looks good. I like the conditioning. This is the fight that he was training for anyway against Efe Ajagba. So, don't sleep on Ajagba. That might be a bombs over Africa, TIA. Right? But you guys tell me what you think of Mark Bakole's transformation from his recent shock loss to Joseph Parker. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.